Well, hello there. I'm on time for once. It is exactly 9 o'clock. Welcome to the Friday night Fishy business. Who have we got in so far? We have me. I was in early. I started 4 minutes early tonight. That's not true. I've been here for ages. I've been watching Young Jack's live stream. I watched it last night while I was waiting to pick up my daughter from one of our many classes. Getting all jealous of how his stream was running even better than mine, and he had a robot reading out his messages, so I thought I'm going to spend half an hour figuring this out. Turns out I've already got the thing, I just hadn't clicked the button to allow it. So if anyone types something now...
Lily says, "Hello everyone from Bolton."
It just happens when you type your message, it reads it straight away.
Hans Hartman says, "Hi, from Sweden."
But that's annoying me, so I'm going to turn that off. So, you know, the craziest things make me come down a little bit early. But welcome, happy Friday everyone, and cheers. I'm having one of Scotland's national drinks to start the evening off. Purely through thirst, because I thought if I started on the beer, I'd be out by the time it happened. Sorry, Mandy, you're too slow. So yes, let's do a proper introduction. Hello, Juggler. Nice to see you. It has unusual for me to be early, but you know, every now and again it had to happen one day, as I said myself. Blimey, Senor Graham. Oh, what have I done? Got myself. Pleasure to be here. May miss the quiz. Got to pick up my daughter, says Tommy, from some volunteer work she's been doing at a museum, but I'm still here for the ride. That's nice to hear. Tim hears noises. Yeah, that was me breaking things before I actually pressed the go live button. Grace Catfish Cave, Cam from the fish room. Good morning, everyone. It's always weird when you say that at 9 o'clock at night. NJW, hi from Doncaster. Hi from Sheffield. Silver Surfers in. Ross is here from a sunny Edinburgh. It's been a bloody miserable Sheffield. Let's go with that. It's been raining all day for about a week. I missed most of it. But yeah, summer. I don't get it. It's horrible. Yeah, sorry, Mandy. You're too late. June's bathroom is clean. Good to know. Lisa's in. A woodchuck, wood, all the wood you could chuck if your woodchuck could chuck wood. Is the pink gravel in yet? The pink gravel is not in yet. The pink gravel is being cleaned and the pinkness intensified before the pink gravel goes in. The pink gravel might take a back seat to a trip to the fish shop to see if we can find any pink fish. So she's loving her fish tank at the moment because it's guppies and endless in there, so there's loads of little babies in there. So she's loving seeing all that happening. But she is getting a bit like, could I get one of these? So she keeps coming down here going, can I have that fish? Can I have this fish? Can I have that fish? And I'm like, no, because they'll eat all your fish. So I think I've created a monster. We've got the start of a monster on our hands. So I have suggested that I might take the guppies off her hands and put them in one of my tanks, and she can get some new fish. And that was like, the eyes went ding ding ding. Oh, can you buy pink fish? I can't offhand think of any pink fish, but I'm sure we can find something along those ways. So we'll see. She's definitely into it anyway. Stevie P, howdy Stevie P. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, other than just turning up here and talking nonsense for a couple of hours every Friday night, I make videos. And the video that I released recently was me making a tank for my daughter because I get fed up maintaining her clown puke gravel. So I thought I'll make her a tank. So we found a tank at a car boot sale, which I thought was a brilliant tank. It came with the light and everything, lid, lovely panoramic thing, proper lid, so we'll stop evaporation, things like that. And she was like, "Oh, can I get that, Dad?" And the guy was like, "Yeah, it's £25." Don't know about that. So I got her to do the bartering. She got it down to a tenner. So I said, fine, I'll set it up for you. I'll get some nice plants in there, bits of wood, some rock. We'll do, because she was getting interested in that. Not actually doing it, but talking about aquascaping. Our aquascaping is, can we make it more pink? Can we have brighter pink than that on that side, and even more brighter on this side? So that was fine. I made a video of me making this tank for her lovingly going, oh, it's lovely, but it's not pink, so no thank you. So we're going to clean the pink gravel over the weekend and put that in, or get some pink fish, if we can find such a thing. Pink fish doesn't flake off or get covered in mulm like pink gravel does. It's true, yeah. Oh, and the reason I'm saying, oh, Stevie P is because I stole his idea of the video that I made. Well, no, I was inspired by his video rather than stole it. But I really liked it, so I think I am going to get into that more. I've been looking at some other people have suggested other ways of doing the texturing on there, and other things with epoxy maybe that we might do. So I might do a few more trials like that. But I love the fact that that was fairly easy to do, as well as fairly inexpensive, and looked so different. So it's completely unique. No one else is going to have that background. It scales up, scales down. Yeah, I'd love it. I wish I'd thought of that earlier. I wish I'd thought of it so as I wasn't stealing it off someone else. Because I've done it before where you get the big slabs of styrofoam and carve them. But I feel like I'm picking styrofoam out of my ears for... Listen to me, I watch too much American telly. I feel like I'm picking polystyrene out of my hair and my nails for the next 2 weeks every time I've done that in the past. And they end up being big monstrosities because they're covered in concrete. And you're like, oof. So it was perfect. So I found Stephen's video. I've linked it in my video. So if you do watch my video, go then and watch the original and see how much better it is than the one I made. With really well presented. It was a great video. I loved that video. So thank you for making that video. Thank you for inspiring me to do this. And I'm quite happy with it. So I might do it on more tanks. I remember when I made my African biotope, when we did the subscriber tank, it was just like, you could see straight through it and have the bricks, and it kind of ruined the aesthetic a little bit. So, I could have done that in there. It would have been brilliant. RCS, cherry shrimp, or have I mixed up my acronyms? Might look, well, I suppose if I interbred some shrimp enough, they might look a bit pink. A pink giant gourami. I think that might be taking too much for such a small tank. A kissing gourami's pink. Well, yeah, they're called pink, aren't they? But again, they just look more whitish. And again, I don't think our tank's quite big enough for a gourami or two. Pentazona barbs are a beautiful pink. I've got a nice school of them, says Adam. Alright, I might have to look into that. Would an albino fish be pink in certain species? Possibly. Jim's Fish says hello. It's 4:20 somewhere, says June. Oh, towel news, June. Towel news. I've heard back from my supplier, and I'm getting a bunch of towels delivered to satisfy some orders, some prizes, and, well, yours was a prize, I think, wasn't it? So, might have taken me 6 months, but we'll finally get there. Yeah, breaking news, towel news. Albino Corys, again, I don't think that's the kind of pink that she's after. Of Ludwigia that go pink. Well, I deliberately picked a plant in there called, it was one of the crypts, Pitchy Pink. I was going, look, it's called Pitchy Pink. She's like, yeah, that's not pink, Dad, that's green. Something wrong with you. Blind cave fish. I watched Stephen P's video in the background. Now I'll watch yours and complain non-stop. I'll take it. Mine was more of an homage to Steve. He even made he didn't know anything about this, but he made an appearance in my video. Pink ram's horns. Yeah. I had this display at AntCon. AntCon? Making vivarium concrete backgrounds, an example of each stage, and it all weighed. Yeah, it did. The ones I've made have been like, Aquarium Domain, nice to see you. Finally. Jim's Fish sold his swordtails. Was that a good update or a bad update? Oh, Oh, so thirsty. I don't want to start on the beer straight away or it'll end in tears. Yeah, pretty much after last week's live stream, we did the Saturday one with Aquarium Daily to help his charity drive. Then on Sunday I started feeling really awful, and ever since then, well, till about yesterday, it turns out I got the C word. It properly knocked me for 6. But I've been fine for a couple of days now. But when I was like, feel ill, that went away. I've just been like constantly thirsty ever since, like insatiably thirsty. So to the point of drinking pints and pints of water, trying to get rid of it, and it's just not happening. Constantly. And I don't have any water. I don't have any water down here. I don't have any drinking water down here, so I'm on the cans. So we've got Iron Brew, Pepsi Max, or beer. Were the swordtails pink? Oh, that would have been bad. Hello, Carl. Carl Hetherington says hello. I've had COVID for 3 weeks and still feel ill now. Yeah, so it kind of knocked me out for the start of the week, and then I was all rightish. I'm just more pissed off that I got it at a time when it wasn't that serious. I was like, oh, I could have got weeks off work with this. But no, I had to go to work every bloody day. But yeah, did the whole loss of taste and smell thing. That's come back with a vengeance. I accidentally had a really spicy dinner tonight and I felt it. So I think I had a very, very mild dose, it seems. So we're all fine now. Right, what have we got in store for you this evening? We've got some random nonsense for a wee while. I've got some questions to ask. I'm kind of careering towards 50,000 subscribers. So when we did 1,000 live streams, we didn't do 1,000 live streams, Graham. When we did 100 live streams, we had a bit of a celebration. When I hit 10,000 subscribers, we had a bit of a celebration. So now that I'm hitting 50,000 subscribers, a few people have asked, what are you doing for 50,000? And I've got to be honest, it's kind of snuck up on me because I hadn't thought that that would be a problem that I would have for a few years. Certainly not at the start of the year. So Jack reminded me last night, oh, what are you going to do? Are we going to have a 24-hour live stream? Are we going to have some prizes and giveaways? Are we going to do any special events, special guests? And the answer is, I've no idea, because normally I need months to plan these things because I'm so slow and procrastinating, and I haven't done any of those things yet, so I don't know what to do. So, this is your... What do you want? What would you see? Did you enjoy any of the previous celebrations we had? Were you here for them? We're definitely going to do a celebratory live stream of some kind, because we do one every week, so there'll bound to be one when I pass 50,000. When I pass 50,000. Brain rot. 5,000. No. Yeah, it's 50,000. 50,000 subscribers. That's a hell of a lot of people. That's just occurred to me that 50,000 people have subscribed to my YouTube channel. That's mental. So yes, we'll have some kind of celebratory live stream, because it'll happen at some point. I'm going to reach out to some people, some suppliers, to maybe donate some prizes, so we can do multiple giveaways, raffles, quizzes. So, you know, if you're watching, my Fluval friends, make me the goodies. That we could maybe give away some prizes worldwide, hopefully, as well. Maybe we could get some guests in. So is there anyone you'd be interested in speaking to, hearing from, hearing me chat to? Some guest presenters, if we did some kind of... I mean, I think I like the idea of like a marathon live stream, but I think it would quickly run out of things to talk about. But who knows? I don't know. I kind of enjoyed dropping in on Andrew's last week. I don't think they've quite made the 24 hours, and I don't think I would... I don't know. I could just sit here and sleep and have you watch me sleep for the 24 hours, because, you know, I do like my sleep, and that has been known to happen before. But yeah, if we did it a bit more organised, where we had some maybe guest presenters, guest speakers, I don't know. All I'm trying to say is I'm so woefully underprepared for this momentous milestone, and it is mental. So I remember thinking at the start of the year, I'd be like, oh, now if I could get to like 15,000 this year, that would be amazing. And here I am talking about doing 50,000. So yes, want to celebrate, want to do some giveaways as a bare minimum. So if you aren't already subscribed, click that subscribe button. See, I knew I'd bring it in somehow. Hit the like down below, because that's the price of entry for the live stream tonight. Tonight we will be doing some quizzes. This is the it's July, Graham. This is the July quiz. So we're on week 2 of the Friday night quiz. The Friday night quiz is where we ask you questions. The faster you answer them, the more points you get. And each week, your points get tallied up till you get to the end of the week, month even. Get to the end of the month. And whoever wins at the end of the month wins a prize. And you know, this is a good month to get on board, because if I just show you this, last week we had a bit of an upset. Not that you can read that, but look who's first, not juggler. Look who's second, and not juggler. Look who's third, not juggler. And that continues all the way down to look who's last, juggler. So you've got a week's head start. If you've got any points at all, you've got a week's head start on juggler. But if you are juggler, you've also got a chance to catch up, because you've got a few more weeks where some big points. It's easy for people to drop points because of the random element of the quiz, because questions 10 and questions 20, as you can see here, are wager questions. So you get to bet. You bet some of your points to see how many points you can get. So you might lose them all, you might double your points, who knows. Points are tallied for the calendar month. Most points at the end of the month wins. Questions are all multiple choice. Use the same name each week, please, because I have an Excel spreadsheet that works out who's got what. And the correct answer, as always, is what I say it is, not necessarily what it might be. If you had some amaretto, you could mix it with the Pepsi Max and beer to make a Dr. Pepper. Is that... interesting. Clip that, someone. I might try that one day. Quite a few of you have forgotten to hit the like button. Fix it. Yes, we had 41 people in and only... I don't know how many likes. 20 likes. So half of you haven't clicked the like button. Go on. Be nice of you. There are other options down below. You can hit subscribe. That'll subscribe you to my YouTube channel. You can watch some of my videos. And there's a join button down there as well, where you get some fancy emojis, if nothing else. You get to have your name gets a special icon, and you get to see all my insightful posts through the week for the members only stuff. I think today, there you go, there's all the emojis you can use. And if we get more members, we get more emojis, so you know, we can work on it in some kind of collaborative community way. Talking of communities, you can also join my Discord server. That's free, doesn't cost anything. Joining the channel costs you like £1 a month, £2 a month, something like that. If you join as a hero, you get, oh god, I'm turning into a proper salesman. If you join as a hero, you get 10% discount at aquariumadventures.co.uk, where you can buy all my fish food, merch, plants, all that good stuff. Whew. So we're going to aim to do the first quiz about past. I say that a lot. Sometime after past. Kimberly says she wants to win a chocolate bar. Well, we could definitely do chocolate bars. 50k is a good dog's brother. It is good. Whatever that's meant to say. Sorry, Matt. I don't know whether it's your typing or my reading. But are we watching Graham or Joe Biden press conference? I know. I think, you know, when I said earlier, oh, I had COVID, but I'm fine now. Possibly not. Whatever you do, everyone must call you Gordon, just not in memory of the snakehead, but also the previous vid. Yes, that was my idea. I think I made that clear at the time. That the whole shtick for my... Oh, Simon has become a member. Thank you, Simon. Or renewed a membership or something. Whatever it is, thank you for doing it. The whole shtick behind my last video was to get lots of other YouTubers to pretend some cases they weren't pretending, to make out like they had no idea who I was, didn't like me. Just, I thought it would be funny if people got my name wrong, or like had some after they thought the camera was off, said something bad about me, or who or what. It worked in my head. I don't know whether it worked in practice quite as well. Finger didn't work then, says Cam. 50k is a good dig, brother. It is a good dig. I'm well happy with it. Is there a link to join the quizzes, or am I being premature? You're being a little bit premature, but not that premature, Carl. So I will now put the link into the chat. Copy link. Find chat. There you go. Graham, when people suggest that you find something that you like to do and record that, I assure you they didn't mean sleep. Though there are some that like watching people sleep. Yeah. I think that was more because they thought, I don't know, I might fall off my chair or something like that. Yeah. It'd be super funny if you get some cameos like last time, but random people off the street. That might be funny. Yeah, like, oh, did you hear that Aquarium Adventures got 50,000 subscribers? What do you think of that? What? Who? Yeah. Vicky's in, just been playing with his wood. Okay. If you're in Shrimple, hello yourself. Fluval, if you are watching, get in touch with June. Why don't you try organising being a guest on other people's live streams for 24 hours? Ooh, that's interesting. That's a bit pushy though. Can I come on your live stream? I'm in the top 10, yeah. So the top 10 as it stands for the quiz is Tash, so that is Juggler adjacent. Juggler's daughter, I think. Stevie P is number 2. Boots and Cats number 3. Zenny is in 4th. Timbo in 5th. June in 6th. Lebo in 7th. Texas Tom in 8th. Muzzy Is It in 9th. And Gas Musk in 10th. Honourable mentions to everyone else. I'd love a beer, but I again got talked into working the weekend early shift. Ouch. Well, I'm also kind of another 7 minutes or so. There's a small chance that I might be called to go and rescue my wife because she's gone out. She's gone out on the lash with her work colleagues. I say she's gone out on the lash. She said she might have a shandy. She doesn't drink, my wife. I do the drinking for our family. June says, I've licked already. I can always change that, but you did make the towels. Yeah, the towels I've been told are on their way. So I've ordered a bunch of towels, so as then I can send them to people who live in stupid America. Probably cost me a fortune. You can subscribe for free. That's the thing that's doing well at the moment. So yeah, go on, subscribe to the channel. It's all fine. I'm waiting to see Graham cook. Do you know what? We could do that. I could do it on my phone. Just like you could follow me around on my day. I'm head chef in our house. If I hit the like button, can I pick the next beer? You can. There's a choice of 2 because I've only got 2 different types of beer. I've been adventurous this week and I'm relying on last week's Aldi purchases. So, you know. Only Oscars has become a member as well. I think you were already a member. Thank you very much. Anyway, June. I've just seen the Simon's one. Simon has been a member for 25 months as a hero. Wow. Thank you very much, Simon. Bribery, I love it. I can't stand the sound of hang on the back filters. We should all send you 3 weird facts about ourselves and the quiz can be about us. It's not a bad idea. So keep your eyes peeled in the Discord server. We might start up a couple of things. Because if I do an extended live stream, we're going to need more content, so quizzes and things like that. Or I could just steal Andrew's idea and just do bingo for a day. Right, hang on. Right, Mal, I'm assuming you have liked, these are your two choices. Both Aldi. Aldi Hazy IPA, New England IPA, or Aldi Anti-Disestablishmentarianismist IPA. So, hazy or anti? If my vertical live stream feed says anything, apparently a lot of people watch folks sleep, and it makes me sad for the future of humanity. At least when I did it, it wasn't on purpose. Persistence pays off. Yeah, I'll get you a towel, definitely. Right, you've got 10 seconds to choose because I can't have these sitting here not opening. One of them's getting warm. Hazy, there we go. Right, Auntie is going back in the fridge. Just broke everything. I'm not expecting Tash to do well this week. After last week, I'm not helping her on any questions. Only Oscar's upgraded membership. Oh, June, you didn't have to do that. Is that because I said I'd send you a towel? Everyone can have a towel. No, I will send you a towel. But thank you very much. It's much appreciated. I feel like I've missed the boat on memberships. I was watching the Aquarium Daily's channel, so I've met him, we've spoken to him, I'll go on his live streams every now and again. Lovely fellow. He's got like 10 times more members than I have, and I've got like 100 times more subscribers than him. So I'm like, how have you done this? I can't be that much more objectionable than him. So I feel like I should push memberships, and then I feel dirty when I try and push memberships. So I'm in a horrible space. I don't know what to do. Right, 5 minutes or so, and we'll do the quiz. I should put that back in there. I upgraded my membership. You're getting a little bit more of my USD. Yes, totally loved. What's the sand in the tank behind you? Looking for a similar one for my next tank. This is play sand. Yeah, I had to double check there. Yeah, it's definitely just play sand. You have 2 levels for the towel I upgraded. Thank you. Thank you for the like, Mal. I've just arrived and I've seen Brewdog. How things have descended. There's been no Brewdog. It's a Brewdog clone. It's Aldi. This is Aldi's Brewdog ripoff. So I think I got like 2 crates, or not crates, like 4 packs last week, and then these are the ones that have been back because I've not been out this week. It's not bad though. Join as a member. Didn't have to shout, but thank you for pushing the memberships, Mandy. Mickey for 45 months as a member. Thank you very much, Mickey. JT's here. I'm late with a very good reason, yes. So if you're a member of Jack's stream, see, he's got hundreds of members as well. Everyone's got more members than me. I'm totally jealous. Not gonna lie, I am. I feel like I've missed the boat on memberships. But if you're a member of Jack's stream, you'll have just seen him showing off his new discus, which are very nice. These are nice discus, but his are very nice. Are you getting the beach towel? The towel, I'm afraid, we've not done this for a while. The towel, I'm afraid, only comes in one size. It's one size fits all. We've got 2 types. We've got the This Sucks version with the pleco, and we've got the discus logo. So June, you get to choose which one you want. I'm not sure what colour. I think they're all either grey or blue, but I didn't specify a colour. I just said get me them as quick as possible. But they've got a hanging thing. All towels should come with this, so I can just have it here. It's always at hand, easy to get. Brilliant towel. It's a big towel. It's not a beach towel, but it's a big towel. Poo Dog, yeah. No, it's Aldi's version of. It's produced in Scotland. I remember reading it. I can't see now because there's no lights. It's a Scottish one, which is the same, and I think it was the same one, same brewery as the people that made that other Scottish one that I liked from Lidl. That's Tangent City, and it's quite nice. I do like a beer you can't see through. I love Andrew, but he's a whiner. Mickey has gifted a membership. Thank you very much, Mickey. But I do something for my members, says I do as well. I send them pictures of the rain and how update them on my disappointment at the weather and other things. I'm a bit. I don't see what comes first. Do you need lots of members to then do members only things, or do you just start doing members only things with only a few members? Like if I did a live stream with members, there'd be like me and 3 people. That'd be it. Yeah, I don't know. You could use it to do an impression of Greymina. Greymina has been resurrected. I thought Greymina was dead, but I've managed to recompile the software that makes Greymina exist, so we're all right there. Yeah, thank you for gifting the membership. I'm not sure who got it. Exactly. What would we talk about? Even at my best, I think peak Aquarium Adventures live stream was like 100 viewers on a live stream, and even then I was a bit like, so everyone have a nice weekend. But that was like pandemic times. So we've settled into a kind of, well, I think I'm being robbed by the football, but there's no football on tonight. I can't remember how many people we've got in at the moment. Yeah, the last few weeks we've been kind of peaking out at 40 or 50. But doesn't that make you all feel that little bit more special, that you're in the special few? You had 103 viewers the other day, a record. Yeah, I think my record was just over 100 concurrent. Total viewers I normally get about 250, 300, which is nice. The women's football's on, yeah. It was me. I have been flabbered and gasted. Oh, I could offer free IT advice to all members, yeah. Turn it off, turn it back on again. Right. Little face. One last chance. Is everybody that wants to be in the quiz in the quiz? If you want free IT advice, by the way, just join the Discord server. I get that quite a lot from various people. Mentioning no Rebecca's. I was gifted one for JT's channel. Now he has my monthly money, so I thought I'd return the favour. Ah, thank you, Mickey. Right, let me see. Let's get into the control panel. We've got 18 players so far. A quick reminder of the rules. 20 questions, fastest finger first, more points. On questions 10 and questions 20, they are the wagering questions. So you can have a wee flutter, a bit of a bet. The questions are all multiple choice. Please use the same name, and the correct answer is whatever I say it is. Are we ready to go, folks? Now, I turned on a setting earlier.
Only Oscars says. Why can't software act the same on different devices?
See, figured it out, Jack. And also got immediately annoyed by it, so I'm turning it off. Quiz starts. Work time for me. Thank you for stopping by, Cam. Oh, before you go, it doesn't matter if we're here or not. So the Fish Room does a live stream every Thursday, I want to say, at 9 o'clock-ish my time. Okay, you might have to check that. I think it's a Thursday. I can't remember what time it is. Yesterday's was good. I'll just leave you that cliffhanger. Go and have a look at that. Yeah, I've got it now as well. How did I do it? Turns out the thing that I already use for my comments just has a little button that you can turn on speech, text to speech, and I never thought to press it before. 10 p.m. Europe time. Yeah. So go and check out the Fish Room. Check out their live streams. I was on a couple of months back. Don't let that put you off. There are actually some interesting, good people as well. Right, are we ready, folks? Let's get quizzical. I feel dirty saying that. I wish I hadn't said that. Let's get ready to start the quiz. We've got 19 players. You've got 30 seconds to get in if you want to get in. Have some fun. I feel like we should have some music here. Does anyone want an 8 foot by 4 foot by whatever that number works out to foot? I feel like I'll have it. Question 1. My daughter was unimpressed by the lack of which colour in the tank I made for her in my latest video. Is it blue, silver, pink, or purple? Almost all of you got that one correct, because it is indeed pink. It was nice and all, it just wasn't pink enough. I think that was basically her verdict. Shadow with fastest finger, that one. Just beating Texas Tom, Crash, Sleeping Beauty, etc, etc, etc. Carl, come on, Carl. And I'm sorry if I've sent anyone into some kind of hypnotic daze with that image. I really must pay more attention to the images I put in. Question 2. How many bones do sharks have? Is it A, 0, B, 3, C, 69, favourite of mine, or D, 248? How many bones do sharks have? How is Nabo? I've not seen him for a while, actually. He commented on my video today, but I've not seen him on the lives for a while. Some of you thought sharks have 69 bones, when indeed they actually have no bones. 0 bones. Sleeping Beauty in first, Timbo in second, False Inspector in third, and then a tie for fourth with 3 people. Zenny, Tash, and Name. Tash is already doing better than Juggler, without help this week, he said as well. Do they have cartilage instead? They are, yes they do. They have no bones, just cartilage. Question 3. Which fish did I make up? A sarcastic fringe head, a monkey-faced prickleback, a slippery dick, or a jealous chin beak? So you can infer from that 3 of them are actual fishes. Sarcastic fringe head, monkey-faced prickleback, slippery dick, or jealous chin beak? Jack's saying, I've seen this question before. You've seen a version of this question before, but I've only reused slippery dick. So what did we think? So 9 people thought I made up sarcastic fringe head, 5 for slippery dick, 5 for jealous chin beak, and only 1 person thought the monkey face prickleback was made up. Sarcastic fringe head was my nickname in college. The answer is, drum roll please, jealous chinbeak. You really do get sarcastic fringe heads, monkey face pricklebacks and slippery dicks. So that moves name into first place, juggler into second place, Stevie P into third. Question 4. What was the first animated film to be nominated for an Oscar? Was it Toy Story, Dumbo, The Lego Movie, or Beauty and the Beast? There's been tables flipped in the juggler household. Sorry, Tash. There's still time, there's still time. Toy Story, Dumbo, The Lego Movie, or Beauty and the Beast? Quite an even spread on this one. Nobody going for The Lego Movie. A tie between Dumbo and Beauty and the Beast. I would have went Dumbo, but I'd have been wrong, because it's Beauty and the Beast. Negative, it was Nighty Night Bugs and it won the Oscar. Are you coming on my quiz? Questioning my answers? Have you not read the rules? Can I refer you to the last bullet point? The correct answer is what I say it is. And if it turns out I'm wrong, sorry, but tough. It was the first Oscar nomination rather than Oscar win, maybe? I don't know. What's that done to the scores? Also, that wasn't one of the answers, so you can't feel that aggrieved. Name, juggler, Stevie P, Zenny, Crash, Tash, Mickey, Sleep. Too fast, too fast. Question 5. Sharks. What are the ampullae of Lorenzini highly sensitive to? I'll read that with a different pronunciation. What are the ampulla of Lorenzini highly sensitive to? I don't know how you say those words. Take your pick. Is it taste, electric fields, light, or sound? They are receptors on part of the shark's lateral line that sense things. Oh, most people are going for electric fields because it is electric fields. Yeah, a few you got that one. Most people get that right. Did you get these questions from Nabo? A lot of shark questions. I think that is the last shark question of the evening. I may or may not have read a paper on sharks. It might be a bit shark heavy. God, when I have fish questions, people are complaining. When I don't have fish questions, people are complaining. Now I've got too specific questions. Why I oughta. Question number 6. Which chess piece can only move diagonally? A rook, a knight, a pawn, or a bishop? Or, in other words, a castle, a horsey, a round head, and a pointy head. Almost everyone going for bishop. It is bishop. Rook, straight lines as much as it wants. Knights, 2 forward, 1 to the left or right, or 1 to the left and right and 2 forward. Pawn, 1 forward or take diagonally, and bishops diagonally, as much as they want. Everyone in the top 10 getting that one right. Well done, everyone. We'll move on to question 7. What fish was declared a royal fish, meaning all of them landed in the UK belong to the Crown? Extra information, this was in the 1600s, so it was a while ago. Was it the haddock, the salmon, the cod, or the sturgeon? So it's a bit like a swan. Can't kill a swan because it belongs to the Queen or the King. Bit of a spread on this one. Between salmon and sturgeon. So this was like in the 15th century sometime, and it was the sturgeon, because the then king caught one, because apparently then they were very common around the coasts and rivers, and thought, what the hell is this thing? I'm keeping it, this is awesome, and declared from then on that this was a royal fish and no one else could own them or keep them. The things you learn. Juggler, Zenny and Tash all getting that one right. Stevie P and Name missing out and dropping down a couple of places. Question number 8. Which native Australian fish is characterised by long beautiful fins, intensely colourful males and a small size? Is it a thread fin rainbow fish, a lungfish, an opaline gourami, or a pea puffer? What do we think? Most of you should be able to work this one out. Apparently not. I'm kidding. It is indeed the thread fin rainbow fish. Oh, June missing out on that one. Here we go. Question 9. Which of these temperatures is warmest? 300 Kelvin, 550 Rankine, 30 degrees Celsius, or 82 Fahrenheit? Everyone got Google, what the hell's up? So I thought this would be equally confusing for everyone. So, they're all very close. I'll say that much, but the answer is 30 degrees. So 82 Fahrenheit, I think, is like 29.2 degrees or something. As is 550. No, 550 Rankins is about 26 degrees, I think. 300 Kelvin's just under 30 as well. So there you go. The most sensible scale was the correct answer. There are Americans flipping tables as I say that now. Question 10 is the wagering question, so remember, you don't have to wager, but if you don't, you won't win any points, even if you're right. You don't have to bet whatever it says, you can put in any number you want. Good luck, everyone. See if the clue helps you make your decision. Do you know your sports ball trivia? If it helps, this is an American sports ball trivia question. Stevie P's going, oh, hell no. What was baseball icon Babe Ruth's first name? Is it George, James, Peter, or Stanley? So it's not really a sports question, because he's more of a cultural icon, would that be fair to say? Ugh. So 13 gone for George, 2 for James, no Peters, and 6 Stanleys. I must admit, I did not know this until I got it as a pub quiz question a couple of weeks back. And it was a pure guess then to get it right, because the answer is George. So, as Mandy says, I kind of went with he looks like a George. It turns out he is. So I think there's a few guesses there. First, Juggler. Second, Zenny. Third, Tash. It's not been too much of a change there. Who were the big losers? I don't mean that. That's not a nice way to put that, is it? Who were the unlucky losers? Stevie P. He got that one right. Name just didn't bet anything. Mona Lee, Shadow, Timbo, SGH, Crash, Freya, and Carl all lost big on that one. But, as has been shown before, people have lost all their points at question 10 and got back to the top 3 quite easily. Stevie P bet half. It's one of those times where you think, should have bet it all. That's gambling though, isn't it? Right, question 11, here we go. According to Greek mythology, who was the first woman on Earth? Was it Helen, Aphrodite, Pandora, or Athena? I only lost 50%. I usually bet everything, so this is a good week. A few people could say that, I think. Helen, Aphrodite, Pandora, or Athena? Pandora seems to be the favourite. 4 for Athena and Aphrodite apiece, and a couple of Helens. It was indeed Pandora. Oh, Juggler and Tash got that one wrong. So Mandy getting within... just broke something. Getting within 100 points or so of the lead. That's my good headphones, broke forever. Question 12. Here we go. Which singer's real name is Stefani Joanne Angelina Germanotta? Is it Taylor Swift, Gwen Stefani, Lady Gaga, or Madonna? There's a few people who read the word Stefani twice and went, yep, that'll be. As Taylor says, no. It is not Gwen Stefani. It is not Taylor Swift. It is not Madonna. It's Lady Gaga. Or as I like to say, Lady Gaga. What's that done to the leaderboard? Oh, Tash. Oh dear. Ugh. Imagine getting that one wrong and your dad getting it right. Ugh. Frosty atmosphere in the Juggler household. Zenny getting it right as well, as did Stevie P and Name. I'm loving life at the moment, says Juggler. Question 13, sorry. What is a male honeybee called? A buzzet, a wasp, a drone, or a sea? Wow. Almost everyone going for a drone, because it's a drone. What poor bugger got that one wrong? Not to point it out and ridicule you in front of everyone. Question 14. Astronautus ocellatus is a fish known by which more common name? Is that a Jack Dempsey, a swordtail, an Oscar, or a blue acara? I do like to throw you off with the pictures sometimes, but not this time. Oh, a few of you got caught. I wonder if... So the correct answer is Oscar. Now, the interesting thing to see will be whether or not June got this one right, because considering she's only interested in Oscars. Oh, Tash, slipping down that leaderboard. I missed where June was, if she's even playing. I think Crash has given up after losing all his points. Oh, June got that right. Of course she did. Question 15. What is measured on the Scoville scale? Is it spiciness, sourness, saltiness, or bitterness? What is measured on the Scoville scale? Almost everyone going for spiciness. Scott saying, I don't know why it took me so long to register the answer to Scoville, because I know that one. It was indeed Scoville scale is spiciness. Right, question 16. What is the national sport of Japan? Is it archery, sumo wrestling, bobsleigh, or table tennis? Interesting might be a push. But side fact about this, writing this question sent me on a half-hour Google-a-thon trying to work out whether it's bobsleigh or bobsled, only to ultimately find out that it's both. Most of you going for... I thought I might catch a few of you with the obvious answer being too obvious. But the obvious answer in this case was the obvious answer. Oh no, Zenny got it wrong. As Scott says, okay, I now look racist. I clicked and then went, oh no. Yes. I was hoping for the inner turmoil of our good-natured audience to catch some people out on that one. Question 17. Spain play England in the Euro 24 final on Sunday in which city? These are all cities who have hosted matches. But which one's the final in? Is it Hamburg, Munich, Dortmund, or Berlin? Where will we watch Spain pump England? You think it's going to be Berlin or Munich? It's Berlin. Germany. Yeah, they're all in Germany. Stevie P, closed eyes and guessed. Am I drinking bitter? No, this is more of the same. I'm just feeling bitter. No, I will be. I don't know if I'll be supporting England. I'll be sitting quietly, not cheering for Spain. Is that good enough? Juggler, Zenny, Tash, all got that one. Stevie P, guessed wrong. Name got it. Sleeping Beauty got it. Freya, Carl. Why is the lights coming on? Bear with me, people. I might have a visitor. What? You drunk? She's back and she's drunk. Sorry, that's my wife returning from her night out. Falling over everything. Right, so it was Berlin. We saw the rankings. We're ready for question 18. Here we go. What aquarium plant is usually described as a floating plant? Sagittaria natans, Salvinia natans, Anubias barteri, or Pogostemon helferi. I know you should say helferi and barteri, but I like not to. Kind of how I like to say chitchlids. Everyone going for Salvinia natans. I thought I'd catch a few of you out with the Sagittaria natans. But no, most of you got it right. Well done, everyone. Relatively no change at the top. Juggler, Zenny, Tash, Stevie P, Name, June, False Inspector, Mickey, Sleeping Beauty. Can't keep up with that. You need to call her like she called you and tell her she's being a bit loud. No. I'm saying she's pissed. She's not. She doesn't drink. She'll have had at best 2 shandies. Olivia banned Italy as a holiday destination after the last final, so I'm hoping Spain isn't off the list after Sunday. Well, at least now, for those of you who have no interest in this, I'm sorry, the next 30 seconds is going to be completely boring. This is the first match that you're not expected to win, so you might actually do well. All the other matches you've told you were the better team. You should plough through these guys. Oh, and then you've been pathetic. This is the one you're expected to get pumped, so you never know. Get her on the live, but nah, wild horses wouldn't drag her onto the live. That was one of the suggestions is she comes and co-hosts my 50,000 subscriber celebratory stream. All kinds of not having that. Just the next... Yeah, we'll keep it at that. Football chat done as far as the quiz goes. Question 19, penultimate question. Here we go. In the 90s pop song Mambo No. 5, who did they not want a little bit of? So which of these names does not feature in the song? A little bit of on a time, a little bit of on a eye, a little bit of etc. You know the song, surely. a little bit of Pamela on my... I don't know. I can't remember which ones. Rita. Definitely there was a Rita. The answer is Susan. There was no Susan. Ah! Right. Final question. Are we ready to make our bets? Because this is a wagering question. We've got Juggler and looking like he's going to run away with it again. So, Juggler, Zenny and Tash. And then, who's in fourth? So it's anyone's game really. Stevie P in 4. So like the top 10, if they bet everything, and everyone above them bets everything and loses and they get it right, yeah, you've got a chance. But remember, this is a month-long game, so just getting some points on the board can help you out. Or, as Juggler does, poop or bust. Right, are we ready? Question 20. Points wagering question. Acronym-tastic is your hint. Are you good at knowing what things stand for? What does GPS stand for? Is it Generic Pinpointing System, General Positional Satellites, Global Positioning Satellite, or Global Positioning System? What do we think? Well, what we think is, one person thought it was a generic pinpointing system. Kind of fits, doesn't it? 7 people went for global positioning satellite, and 11 went for global positioning system. One of those is correct. The winners are Stevie P in 3rd place, Tash in 2nd place,
surprising,
and Juggler in 1st place.
insane, unimaginable.
Congratulations, Juggler. 3,958 points. A cool 800 points ahead of the 2nd place. Keeping it in the family. Tash, 3rd place. Stevie P, nearly 3,000 points. What happened to Zenny? Where's she gone? Down to 15th. Ouch. Right. Do a little bit of live spreadsheeting just to get my admin out of the way. In fact, even more live spreadsheeting. I'm going to literally do live spreadsheeting. Delete that column. Take that, copy that, stick that in week 2. Which means this is broken. But Tash with 6,694 ahead of Stevie P with 5,978. And then I think it's going to be Gas Musk in 3rd place. Or it might be Name. Can't quite tell. But I'll tidy this up at some point in the future. Well done to everyone that played. Fantastic achievement. You did well. I'm so sad now. June has flipped 2 cats twice. The wager questions are emotional roller coasters. I'm sorry. Hopefully I've made up some after last week. You definitely made up some. Oh no, you're in third place for 3,900. That's a big score. Imagine being in third place and only scoring 1 week. But yeah, still got some catching to do. I was so miserable and then I got in the top 10. Yeah, there you go. Not too shabby tonight. What did you get, Mickey? I can't see it. Yeah, over 2,000. Pretty good. So, the top 10 for tonight: Juggler, Tash, Stevie P, Name, Mickey, False Inspector, Sleeping Beauty, Gas Musk, Mona Lee, Freya, and Cooper. Well done, all of you lot. There's one more quiz to come, though. In a little while, we'll do the Eliminator. Why don't I sort by total points column? I'll show you. Sorry. This is why I was so upset I accidentally deleted my thing. I want to sort by that. I'd go into sort and filtering, sort largest to smallest. Oh, you can't do that. Expand the selection. Can't do that because you can't change part of an array. So you have to come up with some ridiculously long VLOOKUP nested index. So that's why. It's because it's hard. Don't get more live spreadsheeting. Yeah, you definitely were about to get more live spreadsheeting. I saw global positioning and click too fast. See, yeah. I am evil. I actively try to catch you out. Sorry. Sorry. Can you read that one out? How do you read out specific comments? I don't know. Wagers are stupid. They have nothing to do with skill. They just make you feel bad about your level of self-confidence. You've made it more complicated than it needed to be. Don't you start.
Lisa says. That's so true, Zen.
I want a quiz that's just what you know and not if you know when you'll know something. So, live spreadsheeting, sorry. Tell me an easier way to do this, spreadsheet geniuses. I'm not saying that as if I'm a spreadsheet genius. So what I've got is, down the bottom, the week 1 scores. So I get the person and their points. Week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, etc. That all goes into July. And then here I have this. So as I can get, in each column does a VLOOKUP to the week and puts the points in, and then a unique VStack there, so as I get everyone's name, so they all get a chance to do that. That then makes all this an array, meaning that I have to have a separate version here, which is like a unique sort, but it has to break the array and then refix it. It took me ages to figure it out, and then I deleted it by accident. So you can't just sort by this one, so I don't know. The therapy stream is Tuesday morning at 4 AM. That's the Eliminator, yes, but do you know it or do you not know it? Graham, would you like to play a Star Trek quiz? Sure, I don't mind Star Trek. When I've been ill this week, I have binge watched, immediately forgotten the name of it. The Orville, which is meant to be like a tongue-in-cheek parody of Star Wars, Star Trek, all the Star things, but it was actually really good. I really enjoyed it. There's a built-in formula that auto gives you the top 10 of a table. If there is, I don't know how to do that. Can't you do a value copy to a second sheet and then sort? Yeah, that's what I was doing originally, but I wanted to have it here, and I found a way to just put it in here where it would auto update. Anyway, that's enough live spreadsheeting. I binged Star Trek Prodigy. It was great. Yeah, I have fond memories of Star Trek. So I was once accused. So when I was a kid, I was quite proud of this. I had the biggest paper round in the history of people who had paper rounds. I had 415 papers on my paper round, and one day I got accused of breaking into a car. So when I was like, I don't know, 11, I was 6 foot tall. I was an early bloomer. So someone's car got broken into in one of my routes, and because I was in and around the area, I got pinged for, well, it must have been him then. He was in the area, and I was like, no, I was delivering papers, honest. And then the time that the break-in was in was at the same time as Star Trek was on the telly. And I used to watch Star Trek. That was like one of the things I would watch Star Trek with my dad. My dad used to work shifts, but he was always seemed to be available to watch Star Trek. And it was only by being able to recite the plot of that episode of Star Trek that I didn't get off the crime. I didn't do the crime. That's what proved I didn't break into this car, because this was in the days before Sky TV and all that kind of stuff. I proved my innocence by saying, no, I watched this, and if I hadn't watched that, I wouldn't know any of this, because there's no way for me to get it. Right, anyway, that was that. And then because me and my dad used to watch Star Trek all the time, every time a movie came out, we'd go and watch the Star Trek movie together. And it was the only time me and my dad went to the movies together. Normally it would be like me and my friends, or my mum would take me and a bunch of friends or whatever, but it would just be me and my dad would go and watch Star Trek, and I used to really look forward to that. So I've always had a little bit of a soft spot for Star Trek films and Star Trek series, so I've watched most of them. Or maybe that's just me rationalising that I'm not that geeky, I just love my dad. Or maybe it's a bit of both, who knows. I proved my innocence, yes indeed. Star Trek saved yet another young boy. Yeah, I could have been a hardened criminal by now. Send me in Discord. Yeah, let's do that. Rather than trying to live spreadsheet this out of existence. I'm sure there is an easier way. In fact, can I post the file to Discord? I'll work that out. Yeah, I can upload a file, I think. Oh, this is really boring now. Save that. Save that. Upload that. So, join the Discord if you too want to do live spreadsheeting after the fact. I will post in the July quiz spreadsheet. Have a bash at it and see whether or not you think you can find a better way to display the top 10. June is wearing Star Trek PJs. There you go. It's a onesie, only to the Klingons. All the Aquarium Adventure links, including Discord, are available there. Thank you very much. Well done, Mandy. So I will post the link, but we won't start it yet. But the Eliminator will be coming up soon. 12th Eliminator, still the only winner of the Eliminator has been Jack, who's won it twice. There's the link to the Eliminator live on screen. Please join as you see fit. But I think my favourite Star Trek was probably the Next Generation, because that was the one I kind of grew up with. I enjoyed watching the old ones, and Captain Kirk and all that. Loved that. But the Next Generation was like, oh, this is actually science fiction. Oh, this is so kind of believable. And you watch it these days and you're like, what? Why did we buy any of this? This is all nonsense. But when you're a kid, that got me in. Right, where did we get to? We were up to posting the Eliminates, yes. We watched Deep Space Nine more than anything. Yeah, I kind of stopped getting into it. I'd like the new ones. I binge watched them. I've gone to see all the films, and I binge watched some of the new ones recently. But this was like years after they came out, even. And I must admit, I find myself getting into it. You know, I sit and I'll be like, oh yeah, this is good. And that's what I thought about the Orville as well. I thought, well, this is clearly a piss take of shows like Star Trek. But I still sat there and be like, oh, this is good. Oh yeah, I like that. Because I think they give you kind of nice thought experiments. Like there was one about time travel, and every time I watch a film or a TV show or anything that's got time travel in it, like for days afterwards, I'm like, yeah, but if they didn't do that and then he had spoken to them, that wouldn't have happened. Therefore, they could never. And I'll be like, head exploding. Just hear it in the headset. You're going, Graham, you still there? You're presenting to 20 people. I'm like, oh, sorry, I was thinking about time travel. Anyway, so as you'll see here, there's a cloud with a line out it. That's a network. I used to do, now and again, co-host a live stream that did a quiz on Star Trek every Wednesday night. First Class Fish has good reason to need a holodeck. I have almost everything Star Trek. Favourite things are the dolls. I mean, action figures. The Next Generation was good apart from one episode where they mentioned some alien had taken 40% of the computer database. They'd taken 1.2 gigabytes. Aquarium Daily's in the house. Nice to see you, Andrew. Yeah. Oh, my first job in IT was as a mainframe operator. This was mainframe computers were as big as my house. And I remember they literally just had this upgraded. It was a Bull. I can't remember what the name of the machine was now. The operating system was GCOS 7. And it was a Bull something or other. And they just had it upgraded at the building. And you could tell they were all so way into it. Because they were like, you see all these, and the hard disks were like big, massive. They looked like old-fashioned washing machines, where you could take off like a plastic lid, and there'd be a physical big brown platter, and there'd be like 20 of them going down on this big spindle thing. And they'd be like that. You see all those, and there'd be maybe 10 of them on each side of the computer, and the computer was the size of the room. And you see all those disk platters there. If you add all them up together, it's almost a gigabyte of data. And they said it like that. They're like expecting me to go, how much? What? And I guess at the time that was amazing, because then I remember years later making the transition to the first ever terabyte of data. We were like, but why would we? No one needs a terabyte of data. That's inconceivable. Why would we need to do that? That's ridiculous. And now I think I've got like a key ring that's got a terabyte of data capacity on it. I'm pretty sure my downloads of, like, on my server, I've got a Plex server, a media server. It's there. That's why I'm pointing at it over there. And I think that's got almost 100 terabytes of data for like all my movies and TV series and all that kind of stuff. I imagine that It's there. It's about that size. And then, when I started work 20 odd years ago, an entire room full of discs was almost a gigabyte. I don't think I'd like being transported. Discus North, how we doing? Nice to see you. I remember having to clear tons of hard drive space backing up files to floppy disks just to install a 1 gigabyte. Yeah, when I was at school, that was like your ZX Spectrum. The Amiga had just come out, so it was like ZX Spectrum and Commodores when I was in primary school, and then when I got into high school, that's when we got like the Amiga and things like that. And games like Sensible Soccer was always one I remember, because you didn't buy games at the shop, you bought games from your friends, and the way we did it at school was you bought floppy disks and you gave them to somebody that had the game, and they would copy their game onto your floppy disks. I don't know how games developers ever made any money, because my entire school, the currency was floppy disks. Nobody bought a game at the shops, and some games were like you needed 15 discs. So you'd be like, oh mum, can we go to Curry's or whatever? I need to buy some hard discs. And then you go into school with your big pack of discs and go, can I have Sensei? And you'd give them 15 discs, and they'd copy them on, you'd put them in. And then you'd spend an hour loading the bloody game up for it to crash on disc 12, and you'd be like, ah, god damn it, to then do it all again, and eventually get there to play, by today's standards, the worst thing that has ever seen the light of day. But we loved it. And then today I think about, what was the game that... Oh, it was War Thunder or something like that. Somebody said, oh, have you tried War Thunder? We were talking about flight simulators and stuff, and there was somebody said, oh, War Thunder's got quite a good one when you do the flying in that. So I downloaded it, and like in 10 minutes I was playing something that 12-year-old me would have been like, it's amazing. Spectrum was 48K. Yeah, I had a one. I had the 128K as well. Yes, with the attached tape drive. The Commodore was 64K memory. Yeah, brilliant stuff. My first computer was a ZX81. Yeah, floppy disk. And the thing about floppy disks is, even like IT professionals that I work with now don't know that the save icon in like Word or whatever is a floppy disk. But it's come up in conversation a good few times recently where somebody said, oh yeah, in Teams they've moved the save icon over to Lynn. Oh, where is it? And you're going, the floppy disk icon next to them, and they're going, the what icon? Yeah, the floppy disk icon. Them the days. Right, it's past. Is everyone that wants to play the quiz in the quiz? Is everyone ready to be eliminated? The coding must have been tight. Yeah, you're right. Does the laptop count as a computer? Yeah, of course it does. Your phone counts as a computer. My phone is way more powerful than that machine that I was talking about that took up an entire room of a building. That is the link to the quiz for anyone else that's interested in playing. I had a Commodore 64 and a Tandy 1000 hooked up to the TV, and I must have played Frogger on it. Yeah, it was a game called Dizzy that I always remember, because it was the first game that took so long to load that they actually... Or was it called Dizzy? It's one with the Eggman. It took so long to load that there was a game in the loading screen that you could play. A bit like, like if your internet goes down and you go on the Google homepage, you can still play the Google logo, and let's see how high score you can get, all that kind of stuff. It was like that. Same code as that. Yep, I've reused the same Eliminator. I've just changed the questions. I remember waiting 15 minutes for a game to load, only to have no clue how to control it, and the game auto-moving, so it took 30 seconds to get a game over, and we tried lots of times. Yeah. And in those days, the games were on cassette tapes rather than floppy disks, so that was even before floppy disks. Although floppy disks were around then, but on, like, I remember the Spectrum was tapes, Commodore was tapes, and you would have to just use like a hi-fi, anything that had 2 tape decks in it, press play and record at the same time. It would copy the noises, and that would be the code load done to the tape, and then people would hand write out the instructions, in my school anyway. And if you had somebody fancy that had a photocopier, they would take a photocopy of it and put that in the sleeve of the cassette. So it's like the actual one you bought from the shops would have like pages that would fold out with all the instructions, but you would just get the picture of the front screen, and you'd be like, I don't know, how do you work this? And a lot of them were games that were like, what do you call those? The fantasy games where it was like, oh, you have arrived in the forest. A wizard has bestowed a massive staff on you. Do you want to A, hit the wizard with the staff, B, do the bit, C, do the bit, and then that would go off and take you in one direction or the other. But it would never tell you, it wouldn't be like, press A to do it. It'd be like, well, what do you want to do? And you'd have to be like, I have no idea. And it'd be like typing in a code to make it choose one of the options. Most frustrating thing ever. Dizzy was like, yeah, I think it was Dizzy. Yeah, it's like an egg with red hands and feet. Right, we've got 19 players ready to be eliminated. Are we all ready? I think we'll start the countdown. Remember, you've only got a short time to answer, so make sure you get your answer in quick. A lot of people lose out by not answering in time. 10 questions. As soon as you get one wrong, you're out. Good luck, everybody. Question 1. Where in Oz does the wizard live in The Wizard of Oz? Is it the Ruby City, the Jade City, the Emerald City, or the Diamond City? Time's up. Everyone went for Emerald City. It is Emerald City. So everyone's still in. Remember, the questions get a little bit harder as we go on. Question 2. Are we ready? Where did the sport of curling originate? Japan, Scotland, Canada, or Australia? I had a little bit of a think that maybe this wasn't as obvious as I thought it was when I wrote it. But it is. Oh, we're losing people. Because the answer was Scotland. So we've lost a few. We've lost the table flipping Zenny, the table flipping Stevie P, table flipping Crash, Anthony, Carl, and Mickey are all gone. But all these guys are still in. You really are bad at sports questions, Stephen. I thought that was an obvious one. Sorry. Are we ready for question 3? Which singer said, "We didn't start the fire," insisting it was always burning since the world's been turning? Was that Elton John, Michael Jackson, Bruce Springsteen, or Billy Joel? Or Billy Joel, depending how you want to say it. Oh no. Throwing stones has to be Scotland. Right, everyone's going with Bruce Springsteen and Billy Joel. It's Billy Joel. So, SKP, RAGT, Freya, Shadow, False Inspector, Timbo, Gas Musk, Morley, and SGH are still in. On that round, we lost Tash, Juggler, Only Owls, and Silver Surfer. Question 4. Crack and Pussy are varieties of what tree? Willow, elm, birch, or ash? It's willow, obviously, but we've lost one person. Who did we lose there? SJH? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. I could have just looked at the bottom of the screen where it says 8 survivors. 8 survivors going into question 5. This is where they start to get a little bit tough. Question 5. What colour are the spacesuits NASA Space Shuttle astronauts wear? Purple, orange, green, or red? One purple, 3 oranges, 2 greens, 1 red. They are orange. Ask questions showing an astronaut wearing a white one. So that isn't a spacesuit. That is... It's got another name, I can't remember now. But apparently the only ones called spacesuits... No, that's not true. When they're in the space shuttle, either leaving or coming back, they wear bright orange ones in case there's an accident and they have to ditch, so they're easily found. When they're out on space walks, they wear this thing, which has got a different name, which I can't remember what it is, that's always white. I should have put that in the notes because I knew I was going to get questions about that. And then they have a blue one, which is for any other occasions, so like if they're doing press conferences, test flights... they have, it's called a blue flight suit. So there you go. Who have we got left? We've got 3 left. Freya, False Inspector, and Timbo still in. Are we ready for question number 6? Traditionally, sailors would get a tattoo of what bird after travelling 5,000 nautical miles? A parrot, a swallow, a gull, or an albatross? What kind of bird did they get tattooed? Oh, everyone's gone for swallow. So either everyone's out, game's over, or everyone's correct. Everyone's correct. It is indeed a swallow. So I knew that sailors did like to get swallows, but I didn't know the 5,000 mile thing, so there you go. We're all learning, isn't that nice? Are we ready for question 7? No, we'll have a quick look and make sure it's still the same 3 people, and it is. Freya, False Inspector, and Timbo. Question 7. Dump, floater, and wipe are terms used in which sports? Baseball, highlight, golf, or volleyball? Oh, we've lost someone to time, I think. So we've only got 2 answers on this one. They've both gone for volleyball. I say that as if it's surprising, because the answer is volleyball. Freya and Timbo. So we must have lost you to timeout, False Inspector. Unless you're typing away in chat about how aggrieved you are that something's kicked you out. In which case, I apologise profusely. And I'm going to do nothing about it. Question 8. So getting near the big money questions here. Question 8. What's the most popular crisp flavour in the UK? Salt and vinegar, beef, cheese and onion, or ready salted? I've got 2 answers. 2 have gone for salt and vinegar. Sorry. It's cheese and onion. Can we restart? It wouldn't let me answer. No, everybody's out. Game's over. There are no survivors. For fun, shall we do the last 2 questions? See if anyone would have got them. As Tim's saying, based on the amount of crisps I eat, I should have got that one right. When I read that, based on the amount of crisps I eat, I should have swayed the answer towards salt and vinegar. Question 9. First person to answer it correctly in the chat gets a prize. A hearty thumbs up. What was the first country to open a Starbucks outside of North America? A, B, C, or D? Mandy says C. Freya says Japan. Freya is correct. It is Japan. Right, stop guessing now, and we're moving on to question number 10, because there's still no survivors. Fastest finger first. Question number 10. What is the longest running Broadway show? A, Cats, B, Phantom of the Opera, C, Chicago, or D, Lion King? Stevie P says Phantom, and is correct. Because it is indeed Phantom. These are the top 4 shows. First Class Fish says Germany. So,
excellent.
Everyone did really well there.
Great.
But unfortunately, nobody won.
Holy cow. Surprising.
So better luck next week. Stupid curling. I'm sorry. Curling is indeed stupid, but very Scottish. You should have got that at least. Right, we've now entered that phase of the stream. In the last 15 minutes, you get to ask anything you want. If you have a question, I'll solve it. Check out the hook with my DJ Robot. No, that's... Oh, went off piece there altogether. If you have a question, I'll answer it. Sometimes with, I don't know, but I'll have a go. While I'm waiting for any of those to come in, obviously, I released a video earlier today. It'd be nice if you went and watched that one. That'll help the algorithm if you give it some things, say words in the comments, give it likes, click some buttons, all that kind of stuff. As Scott has pointed out there, cold water, easy for me to say, cold water aquatics streaming next. Go and watch that after this. Check out the Discord, hang out, say things, show pictures, all that kind of stuff. June has a question. What is the only other sport from Scotland? It's not the only other sport. I'm guessing you're going to go for golf. So that's the most famous one that originated in Scotland, but we have all kinds of things. There's lots of Irish and Scottish sports, like hurling, I think, is technically Scottish, but only played in Ireland now. Or is that Gaelic football? I can't remember. There's one that the Irish play a lot of that's actually Scottish, and the Scottish are like, yeah, whatever, not interested anymore. So definitely got golf. Right, I think, is there any others? Scotland invented loads of things, just not necessarily sports. Right, sports invented in Scotland: football, golf, hockey, rugby, tennis. There you go. Loads of golf. Loads of sports. Sports originating in Scotland: bowls, haggis hurling, football, golf, tennis, rugby, water polo, lacrosse, shot put, shinty, that's what I was thinking of, not hurling. Sheaf toss, I don't know what that is. Caber toss, I know what that is. High jump, hammer, haggis hurling, there you go. Yeah, rugby sevens, which was the earliest variant of rugby union, started in Scotland, apparently, in Melrose. At the time it was known as the Melrose Sevens, which is a game that evolved into rugby. There you go. Golf is from Scotland. It is from Scotland, yes. What's a hypotenuse? That's one of the sides of a triangle, isn't it? Or is it one of the angles? I don't know. The longest side, yeah. It's a side of a triangle. It's maths. My son is very good at golf, is he? How good? I used to play a lot of golf. That's a Scottish thing, I think. I'm from a big golfing family. I used to play almost every day sometimes, but it was more about hanging out at the golf club because they had a pool table and a fruit machine and all kinds of things like that. So I used to be good at golf. I've not played in a while. I've got a golf course in my front garden, but it's just not enough hours in the day. I barely get enough time to look after my fish, never mind spend 4 or 5 hours playing golf. Where do goats come from? Mummy goats? Or do you mean like a place? I love this kind of stuff. Where do goats come from originally? Cyprus? No. Western Asia. There you go. Iran, Iraq and Turkey. Bezoar ibexes are native to the southern slopes of Zagros and Taurus mountains in Iran, Iraq and Turkey. Domesticated goats all evolved from these. There you go. Who knew? Goldwater Aquatics, do you think your new channel will gross a lot more funds with all your new subscribers from last year? Yes. In the nicest possible way, I hope so. It seems to be, so I'll take it. So I have invested in a few things, thanks to the increasing funds. Rugby? Because rugby school is famous from Scotland. That's so rugby, they just bloody English oppressing us and stealing our stuff again and renaming it. Lacrosse is Native American. Did I say lacrosse? What did I say? I did say lacrosse, didn't I? I don't know why I said lacrosse, because I can't find the thing. Never heard of shinting? It's not shinting, it's shinty. It's like hockey, but more violent. So you know how, like, when you played hockey, it was always like a rule at school, like, oh, you never lift the stick above your knees. Shinty's more like, don't be throwing the stick at someone else's cranium. I just cracked my ribs laughing at haggis hurling. Hey, if you can catch a haggis and hurl it somewhere, that's got to be a good sport. Bottom of the chat with Mike B says, hello yourself. He didn't tell me he's good. Other golf guys do. Well, that must mean he's proper good. Or he's a hustler. Benjamin Peters has been lurking. When a mummy goat and a daddy goat love each other very, very much, they have a special cuddle. Indeed. How do goats mate with all that fainting they do? Oh, well, some kind of special goat, isn't it? The fainting ones? They don't all do that. They had like a little, spilling drinks everywhere. Like a city farm here where they had those particular goats. And it was cruel because like all the kids would be running up to them and just clapping behind them. They'd just be like, oh, falling over. Hilarious, but cruel. Because it can't be good for them. I'd love to have goats. I think goats are awesome. Evil, but awesome. They just get into everything, don't they? Almost 50k. Yeah, so as I was saying, we're almost to 50k. We need to think of a way to celebrate. What are we going to do? What do you want to see? Join the Discord and tell me. Do you want a super duper long live stream? Do you want guests? There's going to be some kind of stream with prizes, giveaways, and other such goodies. If you want to sponsor said stream, get in touch. If you want to be on said stream, get in touch. But yeah, we have to have some kind of... We have to mark the 50k thing. Do you think they faint when they, you know... Shinty is where you get a point for cracking your step across their lower legs. I think that's illegal. I think you're only allowed to like burst lips, noses, ears, eye sockets. Hurling is better than shinty. I don't know enough to tell what the difference is. They both seem very similar to me in that I wouldn't be caught dead anywhere near it because they look like... It looks like it's almost impossible to escape without some kind of life-limiting injury. Let me see if I can find some footage. Shinty is described as hockey with no rules. So in this picture, for instance, this guy will be getting stick off all his mates saying, what are you wearing a hat for, you big Jesse? And this guy is going, I'll get it off him with my stick by bashing him round the head with it. Yeah, so hit this tiny little ball into a goal with as much collateral damage as possible. Hurling is much the same with a bigger bat and more head height stuff. Wild. He does gamble playing pool. I haven't seen any money transferable while he's golfing. I ride the car thing. That's the best thing about golf, is the carts. I went to America to play golf for, I think, a couple of months or whatever it was, when I was like 15, 16. It was like this scholarship apprentice thing, exchange. So I went to live with a load of families in different parts of America, where you'd get taught by the pros in the area, and it was great. So did that, but the biggest difference was, when I played golf, you carried your own bag and you walked around. In America, you got a buggy no matter what. Nobody walked. This was the best thing in the world. I think that because there was a whole bunch of us that went over, and there might have been a group of like 15 of us or something like that, and I think we totaled about 40 golf trolleys in the whole trip that we were there. So we were just like, wee, this is great fun, woo. It was good times, good times. I stayed with a Mexican family for a couple of weeks. We were over there, and that was the most surreal thing I've ever seen. Because all their food was... So they were a Mexican family that ran a Chinese restaurant. I never quite figured that bit out. But anyway, they would get around the table for dinner, and so in my house, for instance, we have a fruit bowl that has apples, oranges, bananas, things like that in it. They had a chili bowl that had jalapenos, Scotch bonnets, all different kind of chilies. So while we were in, I would chat to the dad, and he'd be asking me what Scotland was like. I'd be asking him what Mexico was like, and this kind of stuff. And he'd just be like chomping on these chilies as if they were like an apple, or like a bowl of nuts you'd have at a bar. He'd be like, crumb, crumb, crumb. I was like, can I have one of them? And he's like, oh, just start off with the jalapenos. Fine. So I was like, oh yeah, the jalapenos. Oh, bit hot. And he gave me a Scotch bonnet to try. I was like, please take me to the hospital, please, I'm dying. Oh god, it was so hot. And that was like for 3 days. I couldn't feel my tongue because it had swollen up inside my mouth. And he was like, yeah, so anyway, Scotland rains a lot, does it? Yeah. So I don't know why I got into that. Anyway, 50 question quiz, but no wagers. Like, maybe we could do that for the 50,000 stream. Or all 50 questions are wager. Maybe we could do both. We do a long stream, but do both. Hurling day. Let it be hurling day. Hurling is a free pass to hurt people. Yeah, we used to treat hockey like that at school. That if you played hockey, no one would ever play hockey, and then if there was ever beef, you'd be like, right, we're playing hockey. Smash. Notice in the pics, there's no padding, but they wear helmets compared to lacrosse. Yeah, 'cause they aim for heads. They're swinging that thing around at head height. The helmets are just surely self-preservation. Isn't dodgeball in the Olympics? Is it? Breakdancing's... Yeah, I saw breakdancing was in this Olympic. My daughter's furious. She's like, breakdancing? If they're having any dancing, it should be ballet. I can do ballet. I want to be in it. Don't think dodgeball is in yet. Dodgeball's quite cool though. Right, thank you everyone for joining me. We have reached that time. I don't want to run over. You can go and watch the... Let me press the button at least. Go and watch the Cold Water Aquatic stream, and like I say, if you're interested in joining the channel, I might share some extra updates. Just clicking like and all that kind of stuff is always good, and watching the videos. That's all you really need to do. Other than that, thank you for joining me. Get onto Discord, give me your ideas of what you'd like to see for the 50,000 celebration stream. Other than that, have a wonderful evening, have a wonderful weekend, and when I find the end screen to click on that, I'll say goodbye.